There are a lot of different Spider-Men across the Spider-Verse, but the one Peter met in Hell is by far the weirdest. Our story begins in a familiar place, the Daily Bugle, but this isn't the New York we're familiar with, and these aren't your average 9-to-5 journalists. This is Limbo, where fire lines the streets. A white patsy demon has a good time playing human to his shark-faced friend.
Hello, fellow human. You better have those expense reports today, or, well, you know, it's your butt. Is this fun to you? How about I bite your head off?
Passing by is Peter Parker, who definitely isn't supposed to be here among the demons. Parker intervenes, punching the shark-faced bully. Shark-face runs away in tears. The pasty demon is in shock.
You saved me. That's not your job.
Sorry, force of habit. Won't happen again. Peter begins walking toward the Bugle.
Hey, aren't you the meat they call Parker Pete Man?
Close enough. Inside the Bugle, the scene's only gotten weirder. J. Jonah Jameson is also stuck in limbo, forced to perform in front of a bunch of demons, but he just can't nail the part.
Today, I want everyone to, hit the streets. Madder. Yeah, you're supposed to be mad. You're not taking the job serious, J. Johnny John Man.
The demons step into Jameson's face, frustrated that he's not taking the job seriously enough. The normally red-faced Jameson looks terrified. Just then, Peter steps up to save his fellow human. You touch him, and I'll break you in two. Got it? The demons turn to face Peter.
Parker, Pete Man.
Just butchering these names, huh? The demons remind Peter of what would happen if he refuses to do this job. A puppet for the entertainment of demons. I've been told, yes, so let's all be respectful and get to work. The demons turn back to Jameson, egging him on to say his iconic catchphrase.
Now you yell at him, John Man. Tell him you want tasty pics of Spider-Man.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
Tasty pics. I said yell and I said tasty pics, John Man. You wanna die? I want tasty pics of Spider-Man, Parker. Do you hear me?
The demons erupt in applause. Finally, a worthy performance. Meanwhile, Peter's head drops, fed up with the hell in which he's found himself trapped. You're gonna pay for this, Ben. That's Ben Reilly, aka the Scarlet Spider. Ben's a clone of Peter going back years. He's always been melodramatic, but recently he's been delusional. Ben adopted the new name Chasm and teamed up with Madeline Pryor, the Goblin Queen and clone of Jean Grey. Pryor got Ben to eat a demonic apple, poisoning his mind. Together, they've released hell into the real world and trapped Spidey down here in Limbo. Tough day at the office? Let them go. All of them. I'd love to, Peter, but I didn't go to all the trouble of making Limbo look like your home to have you turn down my hospitality. Ben offers an apple growing from a nearby tree, one that looks all but appealing. Ben promises that all Peter has to do is take a bite of the apple. Then Peter and all of his friends can go home. Of course, Ben insists that he could force Peter to eat the apple, but he's playing nice. I don't think you can, or you would have already. I think I have to eat it willingly, which means I'd have to give up. And if you're waiting on that, you really have lost your mind. I'll never let you leave, Parker. I don't plan on asking permission. In some burning building elsewhere in Limbo, two demons are holding a third down to a chair, holding a scorpion in a glass jar.
We gonna make you look like Sting Tail Guy. Maybe I don't want to look like Sting Tail Guy anymore.
But the scorpion bites his ear, and he rapidly mutates into a demonic version of the scorpion. The demons cheer as the Goblin Queen watches on. The Goblin Queen chastises Ben for wasting her demon's time creating a demonic rogues gallery for the imprisoned Spider-Man.
My demons are only on loan. Don't forget it.
When have I forgotten anything? Ben introduces the Goblin Queen to his new creations, the Insidious Six. There's Dr. Octball, the Grave Goblin, Triceratops, Kraken the Hunter, Lazaro, and the Gorpion. 6 hellish versions of familiar foes. Suddenly, a pasty white fist comes from nowhere to punch Kraken the Hunter in his tentacles.
And the Insidious Six's mortal enemy, Parker Man.
It's that same demon from earlier, the one Peter had saved without a second thought, donning a ratty Spidey t-shirt and some whitey tighties. The Goblin Queen sighs.
We don't need someone playing Parker. Sorry, Madeline.
The 6 mutants grab Parker Man, with Ben coming down to mutate him into another villain. Parker Man weasels himself away and books it.
Parker Man lives to fight another day.
That night, Jonah tries to get ready for bed, but he's finding it difficult.
Use my tail to tickle your teeth, and then use me to pluck them out. I'll spin on your face and make it clean. We take good care of Jonah Jim Man.
Jonah storms out of his demon-infested bathroom, only to find an even more horrifying sight. Eyeballs and lips on his bed.
Come to bed, Jonah.
A welcome interruption comes comes along, a tapping on the outside of Jonah's window. Jonah peeks out, seeing Peter clinging to the walls. I've got a plan to get us out of here.
Does it involve you eating a piece of fruit? Because they really want you to eat a piece of fruit.
Peter reveals that eating the apple is how Ben will steal Peter's soul. It sounds ridiculous, but down here, maybe not so much. Peter's thinking outside the box. He knows Ben's been attacking New York City, the real New York City, with an army of demons. If that's the case, that means there must be a way to travel between the worlds. Tomorrow, watch for my signal. However they're doing it, we're gonna catch a ride. Down on the streets below, a dejected Parker man walks down the sidewalk with his eyes at the ground.
Stupid demons! I am a hero!
A demon's alchemist hears his complaints, offering him a chance to gain powers to match the Insidious Six.
What? Why would you do that?
Because the help I'm thinking of just might kill you too. Either way, I'm gonna end up being Dad's favorite. Inside, we reveal the source of this power inside a glass beaker, a piece of symbiote. The alchemist shrinks Parker Man to the size of a thimble. He's only got a small amount of this symbiote. The alchemist drops Parker Man inside the beaker with the substance, and suddenly he begins to transform. The next morning, Jameson's back to acting as a news editor at a paper for demons, but this time he's committed to the role.
I've got a hot lead on a story. Red hot. Are we the type of crew that gets scooped on a red hot story? No! Give us the lead, JJ man.
Jonah reveals to the demons that some of the demons have been able to make it to Earth. With an act of reverse psychology, he convinces the demons to storm out of the building to figure out why they weren't allowed to go terrorize the humans.
Get out of my way! This is my story.
Another human stuck here, Robbie Robertson, can't believe that worked. But what about Peter? He was able to make it out. But don't worry, he sent for me. Spidey appears, keeping his identity secret from Robbie. Spider-Man leads Robbie and Jonah through the sewers and back to sweet reality when Jonah notices they're being pursued by the Insidious Six.
Hello, Crawlwaller.
Not even close. Spider-Man gets ready to battle these peculiar creatures, seeming more annoyed than actually scared. But suddenly, the villains attack, and Spidey realizes that these goofy demons still pack a punch. As Spidey catches his breath on the ground, Kraken the Hunter lifts an anchor to drop a finishing blow. But suddenly, the anchor is caught by two massive hands wearing Spider-Man's red and blue gloves. How does this keep getting weirder? His savior is revealed. Parker Man mixed with a symbiote, standing 10 feet tall with bulging muscles and an uncanny smile on top of his mask.
They said they didn't need another Parker, that I had it backwards. So say hello to Rek-Rap.
The Insidious Six shift their aggression toward the turncoat demon.
We're supposed to break the spider, not dress up like him. Kill the spider.
Rek-Rap smiles.
What do you say we start this off with some classic web winging?
Web slinging?
Silly way to say it, but sure.
Rek-Rap points finger guns at the enemies and begins firing webs through the tips of his fingers.
It's wall crawling time.
Rek-Rap takes down two of the villains, then stands tall with a big smile.
And I can't forget about my well-known Spidey Strangler.
Rek-Rap clicks a button on his belt. Like Spidey's belt, it emits a bright light, but in this case, the light coming from his hips punches the villains in the face. All right, I'll take it from here, Rek-Rap. Please stop.
You got it, bud.
Spidey and Rek-Rap go back to back, firing webs at their assailants.
Pew! Bang! Thwarm! Schwonk!
If you're gonna make a sound every time, pick one. Spidey sees an opening. The demons from the Bugle are heading toward the portal. He punches Dr. Octball in the face and heads down the hall. Bad time to be a giant face. As Robbie and Jonah are sprinting toward home, they're stopped by a giant chicken man.
Humans! I'm not a human. I'm a demon goblin just like you, chicken head.
My mistake. Jonah's proud that he was able to convince the chicken man that he was a demon goblin, but Robbie points out that's probably not a good thing. Right behind them, Spidey and Rek-Rap are sprinting to catch up. Stay close, Rek-Rap, or run away from me as fast as you can. Not positive what my preference is, frankly. Finally, they've reached the end. They see the portal to New York, a massive fire at the edge of the city.
I did it!
Not how I'd put it, but just then, the Insidious Six have caught up.
You've traveled far, but not far enough to outrun the Grave Goblin. And the Gorpion. Enough. If we all say our names, we'll be here forever. Dr. Octball. Kraken the Hunter.
Peter prepares his team to leap through the portal, but just then, a massive boom interrupts their plans. Chasm stands above Spider-Man, now wielding a magical scythe. Ben and his girlfriend, Hollow's Eve, have betrayed the Goblin Queen. They've stolen her strength, her power, her army, and her weapon. Chasm now intends to lead his new army to war against Earth as the Goblin King. Forget your city. It is damned. You condemned it to hell when you refused me your soul. Congrats on making yourself even weirder, Ben. Spider-Man leaps toward the Tower overpowering Chasm, but he's swatted away like a bug. Rek-Rap jumps in, but Chasm easily catches him by the throat. You hang out with this guy, but I'm the weird one. Chasm lifts his scythe to the skies, causing lightning to rain upon him. The portal opens into Central Park, where he leads his army to war. Spider-Man weakly pleads with him to no avail. You had your chance. Now I'll never stop. Spider-Man lays on the ground, maybe out of pain, maybe out of defeat. Two people step up toward the ailing Peter. Did they leave? Yep. You okay? Nope. Peter rises, shocked to see Cyclops of the X-Men teamed up with Pryor, the once Goblin Queen. He has my army, and we ride to take it back. But Cyclops' concerns lie elsewhere, namely the mutated demon wearing Spidey's outfit with a big toothy smile. Excuse me, who is that?
I'm Rek-Rap, the web-whipping wall prancer.
Ignore him. Done. Pryor extends her hand toward Peter, asking him to join in their fight. Spider-Man takes her hand, ready to face whatever Chasm can throw at them to save his planet.